past few years, collective research has debunked the popular myths that a high-fiber diet lifestyle can cause unfinished housework, late dinners, and neglected family members. In fact, continuing studies show that a high-fiber diet lifestyle may significantly improve the disposition of a crafter, creating a more contented home life. Furthermore, continued exposure can develop an ability to endure meetings, waiting rooms, school functions, and sporting events without experiencing the kind of boredom it makes one want to consume lead paint. Here are just a few ways one can properly increase daily fiber intake. Visit your local yarn store or shop online. Join online fiber communities. Tour sheep or alpaca farms. Attend fiber festivals. Or listen to the High Fiber Diet podcast. Please remember to spread your fiber intake throughout the day rather than trying to get it all in one shot. Stretching and resting is important, and your body will thank you.
Hi, I'm Kagi, and welcome to the High Fiber Diet. Welcome to those who are coming in for the first time. Welcome back to those who are joining me again. If you like this video, like and subscribe. It brings my numbers up, brings the algorithm up, and gets me out there to more people. Plus, it gets it into your queue quicker on YouTube. And however you filter that, I think it's easier just to subscribe to those that I watch all the time. Okay, I don't have any finished objects. I'm wearing a shawl that I did. I showed it a couple episodes ago. This is one off of just an advent, and it's chilly enough here. We had a bit of snow in the last few days, and I think my snow guy might be coming sometime soon. So if he shows up before I'm done, I'll probably pause and continue after he leaves, because it is important to get the walks in the driveway done. I have some WIPS. I have some old that I'm going to go through. I try in January not to go through what I've done before, but more, what do I still have on the needles? What do I want to finish and what do I want to frog? Because February is finish or frog it. So I've been doing that probably 20 years, since the old knit list out on Yahoo way back when. And I have been going through a lot of boxes trying to get things situated. And if you're new here, I moved in July from South Dakota to Michigan. We moved back home. Well, my husband's home. I'm not originally from here, but this is where my kids and grandkids are. So I'm still trying to unpack, because I went to work about a week after we moved here, and I only had weekends, and now I'm working from home. So every day I try to go through a box or two. So I have a few boxes of WIPS, and I pulled some out and said, well, I'll put it on the podcast whether I'm going to finish or frog. Let's get into what I actually have been working on, though. I have a whole stack here of have. I have a whole stack down here of maybes. And I have other, I think I've pulled out, probably 2 or 3 totes worth. So I'm filling up the totes that were pretty much empty and getting it out of cardboard boxes and into totes so that it's here. I've ordered new stands for my craft room. This is my office also for work. So I'm kind of combining the two into one room, trying to get everything out of my guest room so that we can have the grandkids over or guests over, and they have a room to go to. But trying to get everything, like I said, situation. January is situation month, right? And situation is snafu at this point, which is situation normal all effed up. So that's pretty much the story of my life, is situation normal all effed up. Let's move forward. What have I been working on? Well, I pulled out an old WIP, and as most people know, I am a DPN fan. Well, this old WIP was on 2 circs, or on 1 circ, two socks. So this is Mosaic Felici by Knit Picks, and I'm just about done with them. I have separated into each sock because I am now at the point of putting on the heels. And I keep a darning needle so that I can darn in as I go. Pull out the other one. It's not connected right now. And what I did for these, as you can see, I have a waste yarn. That's exactly where the heel was cut on the other. These are matching. So I think I'm one row off, so I had to do an extra row on the other one when I started the heel, but this one is more exactly where I want for the center of the blue. And in between, when I switched colors on this, I did a slip one, knit one, and then I did 2 stripes of ribbing at the top. I started these toe up, which is not my norm. I did a very rounded toe on these. I normally do a deeper toe, but I just only had the yarn. I didn't have waste yarn to go with, so that's what I did. So these are a true afterthought. There's no waste yarn in here. And so I snip, and then I will have ends to weave in. I have left these on the circulars because I wanted the tension to be the same. And I thought originally I would switch them to DPNs, but these are a US size 1 needle, and my DPNs are a US size 2. I can't find my size 1. They're probably in a sock right now. And so that's what these are, Felici socks, and I will have a pair finished up relatively soon. This is in my Ash and Rose, handmade in Massachusetts from Vintage and Upcycled Materials bag. I just love this. I bought this in downtown Grand Haven at a little boutique during the summer right after we moved here. And this little bag, it's a velour like material, might be velvet, not sure, but it's embossed and beautiful. Has a leather pull on it, and it has for the inside, and the inside is what caught me, is this fabric that is just gorgeous. And it is lined. It's nice and sturdy. It does hold a pair of socks and can go right down into my work bag or into my purse for on the go. I don't generally do heels on the go. If I do afterthought, this is something that I'll work on at night, but this fits perfectly into my purse as a go-to. Has a little pair of snips in it, a measuring tape, which I seem to have accumulated a lot of measuring tapes in all these boxes. So yeah, but that's one pair of socks going. And I will toss the ones that I talk about down there. I also have my Rent shawl for my sister. I started that, and this is in, I think this is Bravo. Yeah. Knit Picks Bravo in just a brown colorway. I have it skeined up because I had started it for something else, and that's why I said I think, and then looked up, and I do have a whole package of that. But not doing a pattern, just knitting a shawl. So what I'm doing with this, and I had to because it's Outlander, I had to get some Highline Coos for my stitch stoppers. If I turn it right side up, it might help. They're so cute. But I am using size 9 needles, I believe. Let me look and make sure. Yes, size 9 needles and worsted weight yarn. And all I am doing for this is I slip the first stitch with yarn in front, move it to the back. That way I'm getting a very nice chain along that edge. And then I knit 3 stitches, and then I have my marker. And on the next stitch, I knit front and back, and I knit to the middle marker, and I knit front and back on that last stitch, knit 1, and then this side I'm not doing anything on, because if I do the same increase on both sides, I'm getting a very triangular shawl. And the Rent shawl is a very triangular shawl. I did a modified garter tab. And what I mean by modified is I don't pick up along the edge every time I do a knit back and then come back down, I yarn over, and that way it's like short rows, and I have all of my already picked up, and so all I have to do is pick up from the original cast on of 4 stitches when I started out. So that's what this is here. And I am just knitting as big as I can. I may go into 2 skeins of this, and then I will be going into this cream color, which is Bernat. Is it Bernat or Bernay? I've always said Bernay, but I'm hearing Bernat out there. I don't know. This is Bundle Up, which is 100% polyester. And then she wants a black, and I have a black up there. I believe it might be in Bundle Up, it might be in Homeland, I'm not sure. But she wants a stripe of black and then cream, or no, a stripe of cream and then the black to finish. So it'll be, I think, 2 stripes of the cream with a black in between and then black to finish. And on the finish, I will go down, I think, 1 needle size, so that that garter is a little bit tighter. And I am doing this for my sister. This is in a Quilted by Jackie Tremblay bag. I believe I got in a swap. I love this bag. It's normally on the go for me as one of my go-to grab bags. So I love this one. Another pattern I have worked on this week in my Winnie the Pooh by Stitch by Jessalou. And I started this, I just had to. When I found this yarn in a box and I knew I wanted it, I bought this the very first week I moved to South Dakota back in 2021, and I had to. This is Luminosa. It is 52% viscose, 44% baby alpaca, and 4% merino wool. It's by Cascade Yarns. It is just the most gorgeous. I would call it a tiger eye, but I don't think that's the color name. I don't know the color name. It says color 15, but I have a sweater's worth in this lot, and it is so amazingly soft. And it's tried to be a few things over the years, and just the other day, I'm just like, you know, it wants to be a chunky raglan. It's Aran weight, so I picked up size 10 needles, and I cast on, and I think I did 84 stitches cast on, and put it in the round, and I'm showing you the back. This is the front. The front has a sheep on it. Don't know. Let's see. Turn that puppy around because it is actually a sheep. And it's adorable. And that marks my center front, even though my beginning of round is up here, back corner on the raglan. It's going to be a little bit open, not majorly open, but not right up next to my neck. Like I said, I am working on size 10 needles. I started off with the short because I have the large set of the Chiagu short needles for short circumference for necks and sleeves and hats and things like that. So this is where I am so far. I am going to go out to, I think what I figured out was about 75 in the front and back. No, 75 on the sleeves, and the front and back were going to be like 135 or something like that. I have to look it up. I did the math. Incredible Raglan is the best sweater recipe for working a Raglan sweater. I think it's in the Wayback Machine now, but I have it on my computer and I've been using it for years. And you figure out your swatch, which to me, the beginning of this is a swatch, and then I know that this amount will go around my neck, and then I worry about how much or how many after, and I put everything in. After I've gotten about 2 or 3 inches into this, I know that this is my actual stitch gauge, and I can do all the numbers from there. So this will, let's see if I can do this, come right over here, and it'll come down nicely. It's all caught up on my hair. It'll come down nicely. It'll form about right here once it's off the needles. And now I'm static claying. Can you see that? Yep. I'll put my octopuses on this. Wow, is my hair really staticky now? I can feel it on my forehead. That lives. It's a dry house. I do have a essential oils going, so it should moisten up some in here. But I am really loving the feel of this. I knit on this last night during the football game, and just happy with it. So that is just a Raglan top-down sweater, and I have about half of the first skein to get through, and these are the shorties that I was talking about. I used a size 8 for the ribbing and a size 10 for the body. And I'm just going to set this one instead of setting it back. I need to get that wound up. And that goes right back into my bag. I do love me some project bags. I just have way too many. I have a bag of bags that I'm like, am I keeping or am I getting rid of? Because there's that many. So I then have this Stitch by Jessalou bag that was given to me by my friend Lori. And it has a pair of socks in it. These are Frosty Ice in the Frozen Mountain Lake colorway from Opal. And I am just doing a sampler, get some Sock Mojo back. I cast on, did a couple rows of stockinette so that it rolls. I kind of like that effect on this one. Did some ribbing, went down into a stockinette portion, then I went into a double moss stitch, down into some stockinette, into some garter, and then did a slip stitch heel. And I don't do patterning on my feet, so it's just stockinette and forever. And these are DPNs. I am using bamboo on this, size 3, because my size 4 that I did last time were just a little bit too baggy, and so I want it to be tightened up just a little bit. So I switched down to a size 3, and that is the first sock, and I have not started the second sock yet. So that's in that. This one, I haven't done much. This is a bag that Lori got me also. It is from Born Fuzzy Boutique. And these are all little lammies. And there's a corsage that's on it. I think it's adorable. And this has a pocket on the inside, which is nice. But I am doing the Magnus cardigan, and I don't remember the name of the designer, but this Magnus cardigan, I did like 2 more rows on it. And so this is being done out of Karen Colorama Halo and Woolies Worsted. And the Woolies Worsted is in Rose Heather. And the Colorama is in Rose Garden. And this is one that every row you end up snipping, so there's a lot of weaving in of ends. And I'm still on the body on this. Then Boo wanted a sweater for little Miss Daisy. Boo's my daughter, and Daisy's her little Chihuahua puppy, who's an elderly young lady. So I think she's going on 12. So she's been around a while. But I am doing the Lucky Dog sweater from Stephen West. And I have finished up the back end, gotten her belly started. Now I am working up the shoulders to the neck, and then this is brought up in a different way. I think it spreads out some so the doggy's neck goes into it. And right now it doesn't look like much, but this yarn, oh my gosh, this is from Cascade also. And I'll tell you next time which yarn it is, but I have a sweater quantity of it, and I grabbed it. I was going to do it out of a brighter pink, and that brighter pink, it was just crap yarn. Say goodbye, tossed it, gone. Just gone. So I am knitting this on size 6 Chiagus, and I'm using the short, the 12-inch cable, and the 3-inch needle tips. I am enjoying doing this. I have an old style stitch marker or stitch holder. Love it for the front. Pulled it out. It's like still rocking what Mama gave me. So love it. This is in my hippo bag, and I think this is one of those that is not marked, and I got it because I love hippos, and I always have it in rotation, and I don't know who made it. So yes, I love my hippos. So something other than knitting that I have picked up this week is I found my embroidery stash. And I decided to, this was supposed to be punch needle. This punch needle is way too thick for this cloth, and so I decided just to embroider. This one says it's too peoply outside and will be finished up. It came in a kit from Smartass and Stash, and I'm doing that in embroidery. But I also found one that is a one color that I'm going to be finishing up. It says good people drink good coffee, and I have that one started. I think it started. Now I have the yarn separated, but I don't actually have it started. So there's that one. And then this one I wanted to do because I wanted to learn how to do these roses that are on here. I picked these up in Hobby Lobby, I think out in South Dakota. And this one is Coffee Please. And I want to get that done. It's all set up. It's ready to go. I just haven't started it yet. And I've never done those roses, so I want to learn how. And then, while I was looking through, I have another hoop. This is how to learn to do the different stitches. So there's a hoop and noodles and all that in there. But these are the straight up graphs on how to do embroidery and practicing like a sampler. And it has one that is not printed on and one that is printed on. And so I want to learn how to do all these things. I'm not a good needle person as in sewing, so learning something new, you're never great at it when you learn, so I will try. I will try to sew. This, though, is from Stay at Home Artists out of Tacoma, Washington. I bought this a while ago and just haven't had a chance to get to it. So that's that. I'm saying sew a lot, so there we go. I think that's it for up here. And let's see. Now it's my whips of shame. Sip of tea. Guess in the middle of this, I can give out the two sisters and some yarn, doing the whodunit, and this week's clue for that is Miss Marple. Don't know if it's a good clue, don't know if it's a red herring clue. Miss Marple. There we go. So in my What Happens at a Knitting Retreat Stays at a Knitting Retreat bag from Thank God for Bags, I have a whole bunch of Cascade Ultra Pima Fine. And I believe I was going to use this for a sweater. And the sweater I was going to use it for didn't work out. So I did rip back this sweater. So it is a frogget. I don't know what this is going to become. I've had it probably 4 or 5 years, if not longer. Michelle, MS Matildas, could tell me. Because we bought these at the same time for that one rosy pattern that I gave up on. We were going to knit it together. I definitely have enough for a sweater. I just don't know what it's going to become. And it may just get caked up and put back into Hank's. Sarge is home. He might stop in. So that's my first finisher frog. That was frogged. This one in my gnome bag, which I want to use again. This is Kobu from Lion Brand, which is 100% bamboo, I believe. No, it's cotton and rayon. 51% cotton, 49% rayon, and I know I did a sweater out of this. However, I have something going. I think I started this out in South Dakota, and I don't know what it is, but it's on straights. I was insane. I am no longer insane. No, this is getting frogged. So I don't know what it was. It ain't happening anymore. There's a whole sweater's worth in here. It'll be something else. I also have end toppers, which are beehives. And while I was looking for that, I found this, which is a bunch of notions that are all bee. And I love bees. So I will be reclaiming that bag. Next, I think my yard guy might be here, is, oh, yeah. This one I will be continuing on. This is the Whitmore sweater. And I am done with the yoke, and it is time to continue on with the body. And I think I will be doing short sleeve. This is a mohair and merino, and I'm that far into it. I'm definitely finishing this one. It was just in the WIPS basket. This is being held in a bag from Yeah, I think this was a bag out of this Advent. I believe so. It is from Button and Boo. It's definitely a Christmassy type bag, and it's holding my Whitmore. This is another Serenity Firefly from Fate Thread. This one has a Jane hat on it. Someone asked me if I knit a Jane hat, and Sarge has a Jane hat. I did not knit it. A friend knit it. I have not personally knit one. I have a pattern that I worked off of, but I never finished that one, and a friend made it for Sarge, and he has his hat. He doesn't need a second one. But in this is some of my own hand-dyed slub yarn, and I believe this is just, might be the Tulsa tea, but I think it's just a raglan. And I was going to do an open raglan, but this neckline is way too big, so I would have to pick that up. And I just really don't know. I like it. I like the slub. I would have done it, I don't know, what size needles are these? They're a size 7. Yeah, with the slubs, I mean, it's coming out okay. I might sit on this one and decide whether I'm going to do it or not. I don't know. It's very openy, but then it's very heavy, dense fabric for as much as it's open. It has the same type of raglan that I'm doing on the brown floofy sweater and the luminous. I don't know. I just did a regular cast on and stockinette, so it's rolling. So I probably had planned on picking up that edge, but picking up the edge in a slubby yarn is not always fun. I haven't decided. I don't know. But I have 2 more skeins in here, and I know I have 3 more skeins of this yarn right up there in that basket. So maybe. Let's tuck in. I just haven't decided. So the next basket, let's see. This is actually in a fabric basket. And this is from, used to be Knit Crate. And this is their Uru, URU or Uru yarn. And I have it in the gray. And I have it in the magenta. And I was going to do a striped sweater. No, not that crazy. So this is coming right off. And it is a cotton-based yarn, isn't it? 100% organic Pima cotton again. Cotton's not my favorite to work with. So I don't know. I mean, I love wearing it. I'm a cotton, you know, I love my jeans. But the actual doing of this, I don't know. I just, that'll get ripped out. That's enough. I don't know what that will grow up to be. I don't even know if I'm going to keep that yarn. Then I have a full box of Briggs & Little Country Roving. And I have a bag. I believe this is Girl Cave Bags. It is on Etsy. This is the Bunnies. She's no longer making bags. Rista. So this is the Country Roving, which is 5 strands of unspun. It's like pencil roving. When you pull off, it's in all 5 strands. And I started Sarge a buffalo sweater. So one of those, I think it's a Coechian type. So big and thick, and he still wants it. So this will, it smells very sheepy. So come down, it's just a Raglan. And then I have the pattern to do the buffalo on the back. And I have all of the colors down here in this. I will try to put a picture up of what's in this. And I haven't gotten very far. I had just started this when it turned summer in South Dakota, and in 90-degree weather, I was not knitting. No air conditioning. Only had the portable. That's a no. So this got put away for moving. And then finally, in this bag, Red Heart in the Neons colorway, Neon Stripes. I am doing planned pooling with a 4mm hook, size 7. And I love these tulip hooks, just love them. This is my planned pooling Afghan, and with my elbow the way it is, I'm not able to work on this right now because it's a little bit tight and it really takes that wrist action. The elbow is not 100% yet, but this is my planned pooling. That's 1/2. Pull it back to the other half. And I have enough yarn to do oodles and oodles. I think I have 16 skeins, and that is all right down here. But I will start working on this probably more in the fall. I am really liking the way it's coming out, though. I don't know. I may pull it out. It just depends on how my elbow goes. I don't have as much of an injury anymore, but I don't want to re-injure it. I'm no longer going to physical therapy. I'm doing it on my own. And this plus, I have 3. 6. 9. 12. 15. So these were bought off Amazon. They come in a set of 3. And that was enough to do a gigantic blanket. And I don't know if I'm going to do a gigantic. I think I have 4 skeins into it so far. And so I may just do until I feel comfortable. And then I'll do a black border around the outside. But I am doing the granny square stitch, or the granny stitch, the 3 double crochets. And that's the stitch that's getting me that color print. So I really like it. I think that's everything that I have that I'm going to rip out, or that I'm going at this point. Now I've got more boxes I haven't gone through. I also have a goal of reading 52 books this year. Audiobooks count for me. It's not just video, or not just regular reading. audiobooks and ebooks work for me. So I'm looking to do that. I'm tracked on Goodreader. I'm CoggyTM there. So if you want to find me and show me what you're reading also. I did get in the book that I ordered, Knitted Animal Scarves, Mitts, and Socks, and Boo's Raccoon, which is going to be much longer than what that is. She collects raccoons, so I will be doing the raccoon for her. But other ones, there are just so many adorable in here. Most of these are set up for kids. This is a better picture of the raccoon. That will be her scarf. And there is this flamingo. There used to be a podcaster, Kimberly, that loved flamingos. That is just adorable. Makes me think of her. I am in love with the seal. I may have to make the seal for me because I have a white wool coat. That would be perfect with the white wool coat. And it's even got flipper tail back there. Yeah, just a flipper tail. And there's penguin scarf, but there's also penguin socks. This alligator, so cute. And a kitty, just adorable. So I am seeing quite a few in here that I am looking, yeah, these need to be made up. There's also a sheep, which we all know how we all love sheep. So again, this is 35 Fun and Fluffy Creatures to Knit and Wear, Knitted Animal Scarves, Mitts, and Socks by Fiona Gobble. Or it might be Gobel, I'm not sure. I think that's it for this week. I don't have a gadget that I've been using. I'm thinking about doing a My Favorite Gadgets episode, just so I can talk about that. And I'm not talking about notions, I'm talking about actual gadgets. And over the years, I have done a lot of gadgets, talked about them quite a bit. And there are some that are my go-to and some that I went, that's not for me. On top of all this, I've also been spinning. I'm still spinning Raglan, and that is, I think it's a CVM Cornwall Cross, but I'm not sure off the top of my head. But I've been spinning that up very, very fine. Don't know what that's going to become, but I'm not done spinning it yet. I did lose the bobbin foot, or the bottom foot on my Ladybug. I can't find it, so I need to order a new one on that. And I haven't touched my other spinning wheels at all. But yeah, I guess until next time, check your checkbook before starting the high fiber diet. Bye-bye.